Chapter 6. Do you understand how serious it is to mention the name Zeekhart? Glenn Zeekhart employed a small amount of pressure into his gaze. Ku. Rayon bit his lip so hard that it nearly bled. It feels like my flesh is being crushed. The pressure that Glenn was exerting was a small amount, a cup of water against the vast ocean. However, it felt as though his heart was being squeezed. He could feel his clothes become sticky because of the cold sweat he broke into. If he hadn't practiced the Ring of Fire, he might have fainted already. Is this the warrior, the destructive king of the north? Considering his gaze alone held such pressure, his prowess surpassed dearest Robert. It was impossible to raise his head. Try saying it again. Can you take responsibility for what you've just said? My lord. Rayon is still young. He doesn't know what he is talking about. That's true. Rayon has lived in the annex building all this time, so he doesn't know about the name of Zeekhart. Sylvia and Helen ran next to him and knelt. My lord, he is just a child who doesn't know anything. Please withdraw your pressure. Denia Zeekhart stood up and defended them against the pressure. Sir Denia. As expected of Sir Denia, he would even care for an insolent kid like him. The broadness of his mind is even greater than his might. The collaterals praised Denia's behavior. I am speaking right now. Ku. Denia and Sylvia both stepped back at once, hearing Glenn's mighty voice. They didn't move on their own. Glenn pushed them back with his voice alone. I'm sorry. Denia lowered his head, but Sylvia was different. Father. She approached Glenn, enduring his pressure with her frail body, which didn't even possess aura. Rayon is not yet ready to train. Sylvia's eyes reflected that she was solely worried about him. It pulled at Rayon's heartstrings. I don't understand. He was choked up, but he couldn't tell if that emotion meant compassion, or worry, or something else. He just wished that she would always smile happily, instead of being in that state. I was an assassin. An assassin was a being that lived in the darkness. Being closer to death than life, they would never show themselves. However, I no longer am one. I'm not going to live as an assassin anymore. As Rayon Zeekhart, and not as Rayon the assassin, he resolved that he would return Sylvia to her original place. Crash! At that moment, he could hear a sound similar to one of the chains around his neck falling.